So today we're going to be looking at the centre mids. We'll see who's usable, who's not, and to be honest, there's been not necessarily that many centre mids in SBCs recently. So let's go and see some of the best ones because we've got Miss, Evo, usable, very usable, and top meta. One of the brand new lovely cards, I must admit, that we've got from Dream Chasers is going to be Mr. Valverde. Finally getting an upgrade, and they obviously mixed it with an upgrade for his base card as well to be able to go up to, I believe, a 92, I think it was, or 92 or 91. You've got the Puppeteer. Now, obviously, when you look at the difference between this one and obviously his 94, there's a bit better on the 94, but realistically, when you're looking at 500,000 in comparison to about 70, 80, depending on how cheap you get the card, is very interesting. He is a 4-star, power shot, and also pinged pass versus, it was pretty good actually. Was it decisive? So if you're looking for coins, check in the description for El Dorado. Depending on the coin amount that you're looking for, the delivery time is displayed on the website, and you'll see lots of different trusted sellers with reviews on specifics and also the ability to be able to pick who you want. It will also show how much they have in stock, and obviously you can see that they are verified members. There is 100% refund ability and also 24/7 support if you need any questions with your coin needs. Also, if you head over to Trustpilot as well, you can see over 30,000 upvotes for them. You can see how reliable they are. Obviously great feedback across the entire board with El Dorado. So when on checkout, make sure you are using the code JT11 for 5% off your order every time. Discount code JT11. Now let's get back to the video. It was power shot and incisive, which is a massive difference in my opinion. I think looking at the incisive plus, that would be kind of my leeway into this because I really do like that playstyle plus, especially on a centre mid most definitely. But in terms of Valverde, I think he is absolutely incredible always, not only stats wise, but in general when it comes to in-game mechanics, he works very well in my opinion anyway. One that needs an upgrade soon, De Jong. I don't know what's happened to him. We obviously got the Winter Wild card and we got double versions of him, and that's it. Like there's nothing else from him. Obviously, you've got the DM versus the CM, and I do personally think the CM is still absolutely incredible, very much like Valverde. When it comes to being a centre mid, they are one of the best. Their body type works, their in-game works, then obviously add in the playstyle pluses, the stats, everything is always gravy for them, but he needs an upgrade now. Like, I can imagine he should be coming very soon. Maybe, well, it depends. If he doesn't come in Immortals, it will more than likely be in the team of the season if he gets either into the full team or into an SBC, anything like that. He obviously has got some leeway with it. We then have a few more that kind of just now go into more of an Evo potential. We obviously look at someone like a Gerrard. To be honest, I could possibly see him going in some sort of Evo. I know that we are getting the Immortal icon soon, or at least this Friday. So whether that has a big capability for someone like Gerrard or somebody like a Pirlo, a Schweinsteiger. Obviously, Xavi's just had another upgrade. So there's going to be an interesting portion where you think, well, who's worth the actual upgrade? Like now, I think Xavi's kind of base card probably worth the miss, seeing as though we got this beautiful Dream Chasers. Now, I like the card. I think it's a very, very nice one for what it does give you, but 1.25 mil. We are looking at 3 playstyle pluses for passing, which is always nice. Defensively has gone up a little bit. 9 on the defending, 12 physical, 4 shooting, 6 passing, 4 on the dribbling. Obviously, he's got the 99 passing, which is absolutely exquisite. Everything is 99 as well, and he's had a bit of a pace increase. So in terms of overall, he's had a bit of everything. So that's always nice. I think for me, you could argue at the moment, just purely the fact of the unique kind of how you play with him, he would be in that top meta. But I think he drops very quickly. The moment we get the Immortals that potentially all have triple playstyle pluses, or into Team of the Season where a lot more people will have triple playstyle pluses, that is when he personally just plummets down. And to be honest, the same as everybody, like Valverde and De Jong with the double, as soon as we get triples in, that lowers their stock exponentially. We are also getting a 90 evolution coming very soon for the left backs. Whether that has a great possibility for the rest of them, that's going to be the interesting fact for it, in my opinion. Gavi and Douglas Luiz, I think both of them have got a deserving chance of an Evo. We look at someone like Illich. He's not going to get an Evo, let's be real. If you're going to be looking at kind of like a Barcelona, a Brazilian, Juventus, that's where you're going to Evo. A Lampard, potentially. He's not going to be usable nowadays. Maybe you could get a slight use out of him, but now we know that 90s are potentially coming for Evos. That's going to be the point for it. Now, personally, one of my favourite cards in the game has got to be McAllister. In terms of a box-to-box, very good at everything, this is a great card for the price that you're paying. Incisive pinged pass, obviously has got the rolls, the box-to-box, the holding, whatever you need there. Can play that centre mid or CDM as well. Some decent play styles which kind of allow him to kind of be that centre mid. I do really, really like this card, and I think his price is definitely now coming down massively, which is even better. We look at the likes of obviously the Team of the Years. I think they are arguably still two of the best cards that we can see, and obviously Putellas did have another version in the Dream Chasers as well. I mean, I don't know if they kind of thought that would be a nice idea or not, but the difference between the 94 and then the 96, I mean, you've got pretty much the same card, obviously a few little stat upgrades. You're looking at an extra 1.5 mil or 1.3 mil, give or take. But in terms of what you can add, I think both of them are very nice. You've obviously got the incisive pinged versus the incisive first touch and finesse. So it will be interesting to seeing where that team of the season goes, because that personally is another massive, massive card. I would say with Gundogan, looking at him, he'd probably just put in the bin, to be honest. Barella, I think you definitely need an Evo at some point, really. Abile would be very usable. Beckham's card. Now, Beckham has two different versions, so obviously let's get them up. You've got that one. Then we've got the lovely for birthday icon. Now, the capabilities of the... Was it the Centurions? I can't remember what that was. Was it Thunderstruck with him? It was Centurions. Now, 91, I think the problem you've got with anybody 91, 92... You're not going to be Evo'd anytime soon unless we get like a Playstyle Plus that has no rating. So say if you've got a double Playstyle Plus or a triple and it gives you one without overall upgrade, that I could see happening. Might give him some work. But if I was looking at him here, if he's not going to get Evo'd within the next kind of like month, more than likely it'll be during the back or middle end of Team of the Season. I think that's going to be too long for a Beckham to be upgraded. Obviously, you've got the 94 that is exquisite as well. So I possibly would say the Centurions, I mean, you could possibly get away with a use. I think the 94 is incredible of an upgrade as always. You've obviously got Keane, would be kind of in the mud, even with an Evo, wouldn't be there. Pedri, yes please. Obviously then you've got the likes of Patry. She again, with being now this 90, could potentially see an Evo at some point. Whether you'd now want to wait till a Team of the Season, I think you possibly would. You might be able to get a bit of use out of her, but I think we need a double Playstyle Plus at the minimum, in my opinion. Same with Rolfo, I think she would be there. Haran would be one below her. Gravenberch, I mean, again, you could just wait for another upgrade. I do like this card, and I think the big thing you've got, well, the problem you've got with this card is you've obviously got the 78. This has had multiple possibilities to be upgraded. So it's not necessarily even like you could just see that in general. It's not even the fact that you've got the 90 option. I think you'd probably miss this one because if you was looking for an upgrade for him, you could have most definitely got him the whole way up here with just the Evos that we've got. So the 90 in itself, I'd probably been off. The Evo, I'd maybe have gone for, in my opinion. We have Gomez coming in. I do like a bit of João Neves. He is definitely one of the ones I like. Guendouzi would be upgraded. Goretzka, as much as you can upgrade him, I would Evo as much as I could. Obviously, Buffon as a centre mid is decent enough. Is nostalgic, and I'd say after the triple Playstyle Plus has come out, he's pretty much rendered useless without another Evo. When we look at Pirlo then, we obviously got him as an SBC with the dead ball and long ball pass. Obviously only had the long ball pass prior, but he did get a nice pace upgrade and he was relatively cheap, or at least he is still relatively cheap because he is still in an active SBC. But I think with Pirlo, for me, he's always had great passing. He's always had great dribbling. On the ball, he's fantastic. Defensively is normally okay at a minimum. Shooting's normally okay as well. It's just a very standard card in my opinion. I never find him to be in that top level in when I've looked at him. Obviously then we've got a few more. Obviously Tonali would be into an upgrade. Guti now looking incredible. Billings still throwing it up there, to be honest. And even Dunn now going from, I believe the last time we did this, she was a 92. Now going all the way up to a 94. I still don't think the stats really make that much of a difference. The rapid, relentless, it's an okay pairing. She obviously got the 99 passing, which is always nice. So I think there's some use out of her, but I wouldn't really say a heavy use, in my opinion. Fowdy obviously goes up there. Matthias does as well. I'd say Sauer does put herself in that running. And then we've kind of got a few more Evos with a few of the FUT birthdays. You've obviously got the likes of Rabiot, Ramirez coming into the top end now. I could argue that potentially Ramirez would be a DM, but I would personally play him as a centre mid. Whereas like Yaya, well, not Yaya, somebody like a Hullet, I could kind of play him more as a cam, if anything. Yaya would be more of my defensive mid like Patrick. Even if they can play centre mid, then it's necessarily the position I would personally put them. Havertz, I think, is still very usable. Bonmati, another one. She got it before, obviously, Poutiers got hers. 94 and 97. Now, you've got a big kind of increase from obviously the 97. 1.8 mil to 470. She's nice, and I think if she definitely had like even a pinged pass or something, it could have been better because she's got the 5.5, which is always great. But in terms of the playstyle pluses, I think it's just a little bit lower than what we've seen prior. Obviously, then we have the Marquisio, who more than likely could do with an upgrade again. I think he's kind of just one of them ones that is always nice to see. And then we kind of see the final few. We have Larson, who is usable, I'd say. Paredes would be the same, maybe now going into the 90s. Could be going into the Evo at some point. Same with a few of the others. We obviously got a Gavi upgrade as well, which is always nice to see. Pedri more than likely will be next. He's coming in at 95,000. He's a usable card. It's a nice upgrade from the 88, but like we said prior, the big thing with the SBC of the 88, he's already got that base 99 dribbling. Now, it doesn't mean every evolution is going to be for him, because they will max it out. But if you can find some to just upgrade a little bit of defending, a little bit of shooting here, get him upgraded, get the double play star plus, it will be better for the upgrade in itself. So obviously looking at this one, if we go for the birthday finale, it's not going to get much. So you kind of wait out another upgrade. Or you could go for the 92, but even then, I don't think it's a crazy upgrade. I think it's just good. And then the final two, we have obviously Keebler or Kiesler, Nadine, if you will. She's going into the very usable, and Emery is an outrageous talent. If you've ever seen him kind of play in centre mid, he works it really well. When he gets that upgrade straight away, it works very, very nicely. And that's going to be the list for today. I think it's a pretty decent list. We've got a solid amount of centre mids, but there is definitely more to come over the next couple of weeks. And to be honest, all of this gets thrown out the water when we do get into the team of the season, triple playstyle pluses on everybody. But let me know who your centre mids are. Peace.